Hello, Gretchen students. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to talk about the narrative writing. And before we start talking, let's define the verb narrate. Narrate is the verb when you tell something, when you narrate. And narrative is actually an adjective that describes this kind of writing, narrative writing. Okay. Um, let's say that the story can be something you experienced or something that happened to someone else. It can involve real events or events that make up. And also, there are two kinds of narrative writing. It could be fiction or non-fiction writing. For the fiction one, it could be realistic fiction, historical, adventure, mystery, romance, science fiction and fantasy, or fables and folk tales. This is for the fiction. As we said, fiction means unreal stories. Okay. Now we have another type, which is the non-fiction, okay, which is called biography, autobiographical narrative, memoir, and diary. Okay, so simply these are the sorts of kinds of narrative writing. Okay, so if we dig deeper or delve more in the narrative writings, we have some forms of fiction and narrative non-fiction genres. For example, we have the novels, which is considered a long work of fiction. Okay. Also, we have the short stories. Okay. Like, for example, the story of an hour, like Nightfall, like the Telltale Heart that we have studied um, in the previous years. Okay. So all of these kinds of stories are called narrative writing. Okay. So if we define the short story, we can say simply that the short story is a work of fiction. Okay. It has a single plot and narrator and limited number of characters. Um, and these are some examples of the short stories. Okay. This is for the short stories. Okay. That's perfect. Great. So if we move to another point, uh, if we talk about the characters and the setting, okay, there are the tools or the main points that the author uses to craft his story. Okay, let's talk about the characters and the setting. Okay, or in other words, the exposition, the story exposition. Amazing. Characters, simply as you know, guys, they are the people, animals, or fancy figures are in the story. Examples of the characters we can like use family members, friends, teachers, coaches, employers, co-workers, and so on. Criminals, police, lawyers, witnesses, whatever. Okay. Um, Not only we um, use the characters, but also we have to actually use some character traits or some characterizations, like how does the character look, talk, dress, how does he act, how does he feel towards other characters in the story. Okay, this is for the characters. On the other side, we have the setting. Okay, definitely any story should have setting like the place and the time that the story takes place. Okay. Um, we can feature some places like historical place and time, geographical locations, social circumstances, weather, time of the day, nearby surroundings, and so on. Okay, and the importance of setting in a story that actually it like depicts or conveys the mood. The mood. For example, if like inshallah we will study um, in our story, the fall of the heart of Asher, you will find that the mood or the setting actually um, affects the mood of the story. Like the house was creepy, gloomy, dark at night. thunders, rains, cracks, a big fissure in the wall. So all of these actually affect the setting. Okay. To dig more, for example, if I ask you to write a short story and you write bad weather slowed the caravan. So actually, this is a very so vague bad weather. Okay, and actually, it's not advanced language. But if you say violent a sandstorm slowed the caravan, at this point, you're like a professional and advanced writer, you know. Another example, if I say we could tell that the house was old, if you write the house is old, you are in like a grade 3 or grade 4 student. But if we said that layers of peeling paint told us that the house was old, like use the senses, like you illustrated to the reader that the house is old, not by saying the house old, you use the technique of show, not tell. He showed me that the layers of paints peeling towards us. So this is a sign. Actually, you captivated, you allured, you attracted my senses to imagine. Used imagery language that the house is old. So this is the difference between vague, like unclear, and precise, to the point. Okay. Also, we can talk about the direct and indirect characterization. For example, if I say that Adam is the kind of person who likes to complain, this is called the direct characterization. Like I mentioned clearly that Adam is a complainer. So this is called direct. I directly mentioned that he is a complainer. However, I can use some indirect characterization like Adam moaned, we aren't getting anywhere. Why didn't we start earlier? Maybe we should just quit for today. So we use some of indirect characterization, like to give some character traits to him without mention this directly. Okay. Okay, this is for the direct characterization. So in this video, we introduced to the narrative writing, we introduced to the characters, the setting. Also, we introduced to how to use the direct and indirect characterization. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful day.